Hi you guys, Latoya here. Welcome to my crafty space. Sorry for being MIA. I was ill, and still working my 2 jobs and also taking my 2 courses. So there was just a lot and I was not well enough at all to record any type of videos. I sounded absolutely atrocious. So now that I'm better, I'm so happy to share the project I made. Now, I love baked goods in the form of stamps. Literally, it's my jam. My bin that's next to me is full of them. And just to go off topic a little bit, you guys, look what I got. I am so stoked. Is this not the cutest thing ever? When I saw this, I literally squealed. And this is Concorded Knife as a part of their new release. I actually have the stamp set too. So I'll just show you guys a peek. You guys look. My baked goods stash is just overflowing with joy. This is the cutest thing ever. Okay, I need to talk about gingerbread men, but I just wanted to share this because it's so cute. Okay, so I am not a big baker in real life. I like making meals that have more nutrients than baked goods usually carry. But there's something that I just love about Christmas baked goods in the form of stamps, and in real life too. It's delightful, but the stamps is great because there's no calories and they're just so cute. You have like the Mrs. Claus Baking Company, the Gingerbread Baking Company, you have gingerbread men, you have snickerdoodles, you have cakes, you have pies, and everything is just so uber beautiful. And my stash is super curated, especially for baked goods. And I'm just waiting. Like at the end of every year, I'm pretty much just waiting to see what companies come out with. And I was super delighted with what Concorded Knife came out with. I cannot wait to get inky. But back to something else that I'm super excited about, which is gingerbread men. So I got to take out some stamps that I have not played with before to make a super sweet creation. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. So let me get out the product. Right, you guys, these are the items that I used to create this card here. So what I'm going to do is go through my card with you all, then I'm going to go through the products that I used, and then the card process. So that's going to be the sequence for the remainder of the video. Okay, let me take out my awesome card. All right, you guys, so I'm absolutely delighted with how this card turned out. I'm going to go through what I do when I go to create. So I sit in my space and then I think, do I already have a sketch? Do I already have some inspiration? What do I want to play with? So for this card, I knew I wanted to make a card with gingerbread men, and it was going to be a Christmas card. Also, I had a sketch sitting off to the side that I pulled from my book, and that's the sketch here. So I am an A2 size girl, meaning I love making A2 size cards. I have a container of pre-scored cardstock and also bases for me at the A2 size. And I can use that when I go to create a card, just so I know how much real estate I have and where I can finagle things. To me, that's just best. And to me, that makes... So for me, that makes card making go a lot faster. All right. So like I said, I already know what my inspiration is, what my sketch is. From there, I then rummaged through my stamps and dies. So first off, I wanted to figure out what gingerbread men I wanted to use for this card. I ended up pulling this out, and everything I used today, aside from the set here, I've never played with before, which is super cool because one of the things that I'm pushing myself to do is play with my stash. I'm not here to just accumulate. Personally, while that would be lovely, it's also overwhelming. I want my stash nice and small. I want to love everything that I own, and I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't want to have just a bunch of hauls going on and just stuff sitting off to the side that I haven't got into. It's just way too much. Everything's organized, everything is in its space, and I want to use my stuff. Granted, buying some new things here and there, like I shared with the new pie stamp that came out in die, but I immediately tucked that away in that section, and I know that I want to get to playing with that along with my other stuff. Okay, tangent over. So this here's the Karen Bernstein. This is called Winter Charms. I don't make charms or tags, but I knew that when I was purchasing this, I could cut off this little piece here, and although it's not beveled all the way around, it wouldn't be noticeable with some ink blending. And that's what I ended up doing for my little die cut pieces here. So that's the gingerbread men that I knew I wanted to use. After that, I knew I wanted to place the gingerbread men on top of a little home, which is a baking sheet, because again, their lot in life is to be baked. So sad for them, good for me, because baking sheets are like the cutest thing ever. So this is another stamp and die. It's not a combo because you could have gotten it separately, but I purchased it as a combo. And I've yet to share the card. I've made with this stamp set, and I need to get to that. I've used the die. This is going to be twice so far, and it is just absolutely lovely. So this is called Fresh Baked, and this is close to my heart. I got it last year. They came out with something this year like this. I have to check the new catalog because I don't think they did, but I'm not 1000% sure. Anyhow, the dies for this are just absolutely lovely. Baked goods, love them, right? And this baking sheet is just perfect. So I actually had a baking sheet from one of my last card videos that I used just as a tryout piece on my card. So I took the baking sheet piece that I had from a previous card, and I was just futzing with it on my, regular A2 base just to see what do I want to do with this. But then I thought, oh yeah, I have a sketch to follow. So I took the baking sheet and I just turned it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to snip off the ends, but I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to know this is a baking sheet. And then I took the die cut gingerbread men, kind of like threw them to the side here, and I'm like, okay, I like that look. So with me doing this, I'm still mocking the layout here, and I like how the baking sheet's giving me more dimension. So after doing that, I then thought, okay, I need to come up with a background. And then I was thinking, you know what? Seeing some pine cones and berries or berries would be super lovely. So then I took out a bunch of stamps, and then I thought, oh, this stamp here. I really like the greenery here with the berries, and I decided to use this. And this is from Ciao Bella Paper. I don't know if it's also called Stamping Art. Ciao Bella Paper might just be the website. And it is PS059. Oh, it's called Pick Your Own Apple. I really, really love this set. I love all of these images. It's so detailed, and it is literally like the cutest thing ever. Again, this was just another stamp set I had purchased that was just sitting there collecting dust. So I wiped it off and went and got to stamping around my border here. Now, originally, A2 size, I just filled up the whole panel, but then I ended up cutting it down because of course I wanted to have a layering piece for this. So after I stamped this out all around, I colored it with a few Copics. That was very time consuming, you guys. But I was watching a show while I was coloring, so it was slightly therapeutic, and I was also coughing up a lung. After I did that, and then decided to place down my super awesome baking sheet, and then threw my little baked gingerbread men, because I went ahead and did some ink blending, I was thinking to myself, okay, now I need something else. I need a sentiment, just like my sketch here has. So I decided to take out another stamp set by Stamping Art Ciao Bella, just to see if there was anything I haven't touched also. And sure enough, this sentiment here, Home Sweet Home, I thought would be absolutely lovely for this really cozy card. And just seeing this card, it makes me think of, going home, my mom's house, my grandma's house, and just being greeted with like a plate of Christmas cookies and just a fireplace and awesome stories and gifts, and of course love. So I really, really love that. And I went ahead, stamped that out. I decided to do the word sweet and the color to match the gingerbread men, just to give the card some dimension here. And I decided to layer that just like I did here on my card panel. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put this card together. I might throw in some sequins just to give this a bit more dimension, because I like this, but I feel like it's missing one little thing, and I don't know what it is. I did decide against doing faces on these gingerbread men. I didn't do the white accents to give it a face, just because I like the look of these cookies. Like, they're kind of like the mature plain gingerbread men, but I feel like they go with the feel of the card. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyhow, I'm going to play some music and assemble. All right, you guys, so I ran into an error. I literally smudged the red dot that I had here. So after freaking out for a bit, I was like, you know what, let me see if I have some dyes so I can just bulk up the card with more of this greenery here. So I ended up taking out my Sizzix Tim Holtz dyes, and this is my first time playing with these. So another good thing that came of this, like my husband said as he looked at this card, he's like, oh, it looks really nice. And I'm like, yeah, but of course this took me like 30 minutes longer to make because of the problem. I don't see the name here, but it is 661597. And these I purchased because they were so super cute. As you can see, there's like an array of different holiday pieces. And just doing some die cutting with those, well, with one in particular, and then doing some ink blending got me this really pretty result with my oxide, and that's my first time playing with that oxide. So after making these pieces, I then affixed them, and then I added finally another red dot, but I didn't squeeze out my dot off to the side before I administered it directly onto my card. And you can see here there's a little bit of splatter just from the air being pushed out of the container, but it's so minor, like it's okay. My brain is just like, that's a mistake, when I know that whoever I gift this to, they're not going to notice. And then to remake this card is going to be easy peasy. And I do like the additional pieces here. It just gives it a little bit more depth, like I was told. So hope you guys enjoy seeing my make and my error. But again, I'm not going to say happy mistake, but I am pretty thrilled with this. And I ended up putting a little gingerbread man on the inside here because I ended up not using one over here. I just cut the legs off this one and just recentered these because I really didn't want any legs or heads cut off on the edge here. So I had an extra one just to put inside to give it a home. Normally I would do an extra layer of cardstock here, but I'm lazy. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Hope you all do something crafty that makes you happy. Bye.